Well, a very good afternoon to you. Morphy Richards Home Appliances for you here at QVC this afternoon. Delighted to say Phil Parker joins me. Phil, I always know I'm in safe hands with you because I know you know, well, you know,
and I love it when you're in my safe hands.
Oh, thank you, Phil. That's how we like it, isn't it, QVC in the afternoon? Just tell us, from your point of view, about Morphy Richards.
Well, if you think about Morphy Richards, we all just about grew up with some Morphy Richards products in our home. And if you look around the home, they're everywhere. So they're a great British company who specialise in kind of like QVC, making life easier around the home in lots of different areas, whether it's making soup, whether it's ironing, whether it's vacuuming.
Yes.
And they always come up with sort of different inventions as well. And that's the good thing as well, because Morphy Richards are based in the north of England.
Right.
And they actually have...
Got to be good then.
Yes, of course. And they actually have a whole area up there which is purely development, and they have people in there, like the bods that are working in there, and they spend their entire time coming up with new ideas, new inventions, and developing things and changing things that suit the British way of life, because not everything's the same.
That's interesting.
Everybody
it's not generic worldwide.
No.
And that's a very good point in question, because this is back in stock. It sold out in July, and as you said, it was already getting 5 stars and people loved it.
Absolutely.
And they made it even better.
They did. What they did was, even though it sold out every time it was on air, and even though it did so well, what they did was they listened, and people said they wanted it a tad more powerful and they wanted more battery life, and that's what they did. Let's have a look at the unit itself, because it's a very clever unit. And
stylish, isn't it?
Yeah, and what I want you to understand is this is a cordless vacuum cleaner. It's not a sweeper, it is actually a vacuum cleaner, and you're going to see just how powerful it is, because I'm going to put it through its paces. But it's not just a cordless vacuum cleaner, it's also a handheld unit as well. But while we're down at this bottom end, we're just going to stop in. I'm going to show you that yellow sticker, actually, because that's quite important. It's on every single Morphy Richards appliance, and on there is a free phone number.
Right.
And it's a bit like our QVC tech support.
OK.
If you buy any Morphy Richards appliance and you've got any problem with this at all, you can phone that free phone number, and there's somebody there to help you. There's a number in Ireland as well, you can see that there. Now, if we look at the unit as it stands here, there's a little button in the middle there. If I push that yellow button and pop that drops the handle down.
For storage.
So now, if you've got a little room in the kitchen, you can pop that in there. Because what that's actually standing on there now, that's actually standing on the charging cradle.
That's clever.
So that's the cradle where it charges, and that's how your vacuum cleaner sits on there. But let's put it through its paces and let's just see how good it is.
I like how you coordinated your outfit, Phil, with it today.
Do you like that?
That was very thoughtful.
Yeah,
I like
that's good, isn't it?
Very nice.
This is more of a camouflage.
Good.
Now, the reason I'm doing this next job, this is lentils on a hard floor, and if you've ever tried to vacuum up lentils or anything hard on a hard floor...
You just chase them around the floor.
Well, they ping everywhere, don't they? Watch this.
Wow.
So, the reason that that's doing such a great job is because it's a combination of a vacuum with a great power and also a powered brush on there as well. So it's actually got powered bristles working on there. Look at that.
Do you know the first thing that I noticed, Phil, because we're on here a lot with things like this, it seems quieter. It sort of hums or purrs rather than...
You know what? I'm so glad you noticed that, and that is so important. And you're so right, because so many vacuum cleaners are so loud. So this means, of course, you can take this out, and when the kids are asleep, you can do the vacuuming. Or if somebody's watching the TV and you just need to get a few crumbs up. Now, pop that back on there, because if I now go around this side, look, and you look here, there's another little yellow button. And if we push that yellow button, look at that.
Wow.
That now becomes a handheld unit.
Oh my gosh, I thought that was just to empty it, but that's a handheld.
Yep, come over here, look. And it comes with, this is the crevice tool, it comes with several tools that come with it.
This.
Now watch this is fantastic. Look at this. Now remember, we are talking about a handheld. Wow. There's no power cords, so you've no restrictions where you go in the house to use this. But yeah, look at that. You've actually got the power of a corded vacuum cleaner. Don't be put off by the fact that it's under £100. Remember, Morphy Richards make affordable, quality products for everybody to use in their house.
The worst thing about working here at QVC is that you just want everything, and you see so many good things. I really think there's something very compact and neat about this, something massively powerful, very stylish. And the fact we talked earlier, and I said to you, so would it be a second one within a home? And you said, well, depending on the size of your home, it could easily be a main vacuum.
When I first saw it, I've got to be honest with you, I thought, do you know what a great little second vac.
Yeah.
And then I started to use it, and you'll see in a second, because we're going to do some pretty heavy jobs on carpet. And I thought, do you know what? If you've got a smaller house or something, it's great for that. This is how to empty it, look, and it's so easy to empty. If you push the grey button on the top there, pull that out. Now, first of all, you'll notice that you've actually got a washable filter with it. Right. A lot of the time, you don't need to wash it. If you just give it a bang, maybe on the side of your bin or anything, but I want to show you just how much gunk and rubbish that we've actually got into there, because it does hold a lot. And I've emptied that now, and that's the other thing, is it's so easy to do. Clip it back together. What we're going to do, we're going to put it back on to the unit that turns it into a floor cleaner. Now, we're going to put it through its paces. We've got quite a lot of mess here, but remember...
Any floor surface, Phil, can it be?
Any floor surface. We're going to... This is a wood floor. We did the laminate, the lino floor a second ago, but look at this. Oh, please remember, you are now watching a cordless vacuum cleaner. So you can go right round your house. So you can go from the kitchen floor, OK, to maybe the hall floor, which is a wood floor, as we've done there. And remember, it's so easy to empty. Let me show you once again just how easy it is to empty.
So Supervac. Look, when you do this, Phil, do you know what's interesting with this one that impresses me? Every time you're doing something else, by the way, you notice something else. So look at it, it lies virtually flat.
Oh, yes, that's a good point as well, yes.
Doesn't it?
It does when you're actually, when you are actually cleaning, so you can get under your furniture and anything, it does lie flat. Now I'm really going to put it through its paces and through its test. Because what I have here is a black carpet with dog hair on. That's actually from my Cairn Terrier. So it's actually really, and there's a few other bits and pieces on there, but it's the dog hair we're more interested in. You've probably got a vacuum cleaner at home that may have cost hundreds of pounds. If you've got dogs or cats or pets or whatever, people will know just how difficult it is to get dog hair, particularly off a black carpet. Remember, this is a vacuum cleaner, it's not a sweeper, and as you said quite rightly, it's so quiet.
And can I just be honest, the difference between a vacuum cleaner and a sweeper, is it primarily the power?
A sweeper doesn't have any suction.
Right.
That just uses the brush to push it up into something. So what this has is the powered brush, which I'll show you in a second. And I'm going to stop there, and you can see the before and after. It's quite clear. You can see the area we did there and the area we did there. It's absolutely fantastic.
Phil, I think it's so neat, this. I like the actual size of the head of that. So sometimes it's difficult to get the head of a vacuum cleaner around things, whereas that...
You see, that's the powered brush that we've got there, and together with the vacuum cleaner. Now, we're going to go over to this carpet here, and this it looks like a bit of a disaster area. But do you know what? Watch this. This really...
I want to feel how heavy it is.
Oh, you can do
that.
May I? Yeah. Why don't you vacuum that carpet for me?
That's amazing.
And that, look at the rubbish and gunk and everything. That carpet's now actually starting to look like you've shampooed it, let alone used it with just a small handheld vacuum cleaner.
I'm really impressed. I mean, just somebody that wants to downsize, literally on the size of vacuum cleaner, but you don't want to... and this has been super vamp the power on it.
Yeah, do you know what I found? I'm going to show you how much dirt that's taken out of there, but before I do you know what I found? Sometimes to get the big vacuum cleaner out, it's hard work, it's a lot of work. Sometimes you just want to nip round the house, especially at Christmas time, you've got people coming around, you just want to whiz round.
I use my brush because I don't want to get a big
so you could do the kitchen floor, you could do the stairs, you could do the hall, the landing, everywhere in literally a few minutes.
Does it work if that's backwards? I'm just being contrary. If that's back, does it work?
That's a good question, I don't know. Yeah.
Isn't that funny? I don't know why I wondered, but I just wondered.
There you go.
Little things.
Little things, yeah. So let's have a look at just how much we got out of that floor there, because I want you to also see...
Wow, look at that.
But the thing I want you to see is all of the... Wow. Look, this is how deep that went down into that carpet. Wow. Can you see? The dust and the... So it's not just picking up the sort of surface area, which a lot of vacuum cleaners, to be honest with you, that's all they do. If you've got Rice Krispies on your carpet, that's all it'll pick up. This actually picks up deep down and goes into there. And remember, when you're not using it, you store it on your cradle. The tools actually sit at the side of the cradle there. You've got the brush and you've got a crevice brush. In fact, what I'm going to do now is let's take this and take it outside. Well, not outside to the car, but let's imagine that we're going to the car. And we've got our little crevice tool again. So now what you've got is a vacuum cleaner that you can take. And this is the same charge. We haven't used a different machine. We haven't charged the machine.
How long will it last for, Phil?
You've actually got just over 20 minutes of continuous, which is an awful lot of cleaning. But if you think now how long we've been doing this, and we've put it through its paces, So if you take it out into the car, now I've used cordless vacuum cleaners in cars before, and to be honest, you'd have been better off going out with a dustpan and brush, because it takes you that long and they're just not powerful enough.
You know, Phil, the kind of reviews that we're seeing, and I mean, you know, remember, this sold out in July, we've got it back, and this is the new Supervac version. I purchased this Hoover as my Dyson was becoming too much to deal with. Oh my gosh, this Hoover is everything it says it is. Convenient, powerful, light enough, and does an excellent job on both my hard floors and deep purple carpet, which shows every little bit of fluff. Collected the fluff really easily. I definitely recommend this product. Off to tackle the car now. Love this product, 5 stars. Perfect little helper. I needed a lightweight everyday vac. Amazing vacuum cleaner. What a fantastic vac. Excellent. Just goes on and on. Literally 100 left.
Absolutely. So let's, again, I'm going to show you the back into the cradle there, so we can use it again on any hard floor. So imagine now, we'll just do a little quick scenario. So you're in the house and you start, and you're going to do the kitchen floor. Maybe the kids have spilt something. Yep. Maybe you've got a cat or whatever, and there's a cat litter tray and everything. Doesn't matter whether it's hard bits or soft bits. So you've gone from the kitchen,
so
and then you've gone
changing it at all?
No. Then you've gone into the hallway,
yep,
because somebody's come in and they've got gravel on their shoes,
yep,
because it's been outside. Then you've gone from the hallway and you want to do the carpet,
yep,
where the dog's been lying. So you go across the carpet and it gets up all the dog hairs off the carpet. Then you go from the carpet into probably one of the kids' rooms. And now you're doing that as well. Now, remember, we've done all of that. I've not switched it off. We started in the car and everything. And let's take a look at just what we've taken out of this.
No plugging it in, unplugging it, no big and heavy,
no
bulk.
cords. I'll tell you where it is great. And we don't have room on here. Look at that, to show you. But it's great on the stairs as well, because you can go up the stairs and pop it in there. So that's, remember, goes into there.
You could use the little handheld on the stairs even, couldn't you?
Oh, yeah. And
we'll
finish very quickly with the handheld. I'll just pop that back onto there.
And we can leave it permanently charging in there,
Leave it charging all the time.
Like that. Look at that. How compact.
Watch this now. Same, remember, the same charge. We haven't charged it. We just use, look at this. Look.
Wow.
Remember, you're working now with a cordless. We've done away with the cords. You're working with a cordless vacuum cleaner. I've got news for you. I defy you to find a more powerful cordless vacuum cleaner under 100 quid.
It might be silly of me to say, I love the look of it, I love the size of it, the feel of it is really sturdy. And if we'd looked up and it was a kind of £200 price tag, I wouldn't have been surprised, put it that way.
And the other thing of the reviews on the website, when people get it home, that's what they say as well.
Yeah.
It's a chunky, it's not heavy, but it's well made.
It feels well made, you're absolutely
Proper
right.
bit
Well
of kit.
crafted. Well, it's from the north, what do we expect? And also the numbers of times that I actually reach for the brush, I think I'd be much securer if I was reaching for that with a clean. Well, great having your company for Morphy Richards. Thank you very much to Phil Parker for that.